And eventually, when I went up to the VC and I told her that, I'm a graduating student and you can't possibly make me come back for another semester just for something which I didn't do, and all of that, she says, oh, you could have just come back to my room on the day you got the suspension letter and apologized, and I would have reduced it to 2 weeks anyway. But I'm not reducing it for him. He has to go. So my first question is, it almost seems like they already assumed that we were guilty, like, because she just said you should come and apologize despite me telling her again and again that I didn't do anything. She's like, come and apologize for what is my question. And second of all, why am I being given a lighter sentence and he's not? That was also something I found myself questioning. And then, as the proceedings went forward, we were first told that there was kind of some photo evidence. So we were like, what? And then, we were under the impression that there was photo evidence or video evidence. And we thought that, yeah, I mean, sure, in the dead of the night from the back of a bus, if someone's taken a picture of two people cuddling, literally at 11 p.m. at night, it's possible for two people who are cuddling to look like it might be something more, right? But apparently, they have none of that instead. It is just a testimony from the driver saying that he saw us in the back with our clothes off, lying down, right? Now, again, this was 11 p.m. at night. The driver is some 10, 12 feet away from us. There are people who are sitting right next to us whose testimonies which we have shown to the VC, but they've been disregarded. I mean, we've shown more evidence to the VC than she's shown to us, which is, again, absolutely funny. Well, first of all, this whole thing was absolutely ridiculous. We were called to the VC's office on Monday and questioned. And on Thursday, we were just casually sent an email that you are suspended for the entire semester and that Tom has to leave the country within the 2 days, right? So on Monday, we were just called and we were, first of all, not given any indication of what the proof against us was, right? They were just like multiple evidences, multiple evidences. We kept asking what the evidence was. No response, right? At one point, they even said that the cleanup company found evidence of sexual activity, at which we just started laughing right there because we were like, that is not possible. We were literally just cuddling. And we even said that whatever evidence it is, if it is, if it can be tested, we're willing to submit to any tests. And again, stoicism. Also, by the way, later in the proceedings, we were told that that evidence is not being taken into account, which is just also very weird to me. So over and all, we did kind of in the end agree to the lighter sentence, mostly because it was affecting my mental health and everything, and I just did not want to. She was not listening. No one was listening. None of the admin was, listening to any of us. So I agreed to go with that. And she told me and members of the student government that the evidence will be given to me, and the evidence in this evidence in question here is the testimony of the bus driver, right? It's been 2 months to the day actually today, and I still have not received any evidence, not one tiny shred of evidence from the VC. She said that the entire testimony is too vulgar for me to read. So that's why she's not showing it to me, but she could have just sent me parts of it. I don't know. And also, if there is a shuttle driver out there giving vulgar descriptions of students, that in itself just makes me feel very, very unsafe about the kind of place Ashoka can be. And I am not comfortable with, without knowing who this shuttle driver is, but at the same time knowing that he could be driving me and other students around. And also looking at other people cuddling on the bus and thinking, oh, they're probably like lying down there with their clothes off and all of that. That is absolutely disgusting, and that is just scary to me. Overall, this was an extremely traumatic experience for me. It impacted my grades, it impacted my mental health. I had to go through, I mean, you can call it sexual harassment, right? I was slut shamed. She basically accused me of sexual perversion, exhibitionism, having sex in a bus full of people, and without proof, that too, which was again severely, severely traumatic. And most of all, I am disappointed because this is not what I thought Ashoka would be. I always thought Ashoka would be a safe space, and for the longest time it had been, right? But now the entire campus triggers me. If I look at a shuttle bus, it triggers me. I'm scared of talking to any male support staff on campus because if a shuttle driver could see two people cuddling in the back of the bus and say such obscene things, assuming that what the VC is saying is true, um, anyone could do that, right? And how am I or anyone supposed to feel safe from this perpetual sexualized gaze that apparently follows us, everyone on campus? But most of all, I am disappointed in the admin's absolute refusal to stand up for their students, to have even an ounce of respect for their students, and instead antagonize them to the point that it literally leads to a breakdown. In a very sick way, I'm glad that I'm not on campus right now because I don't know how I would have handled it. The entire campus has become triggering for me. The shuttle bus has become triggering for me. Any form of physical contact with any male friend in any public space has become uncomfortable and triggering for me, and that is not what anyone should have to go through just because they cuddled someone in the back of a bus. And this has just absolutely led to a complete loss of faith in the Ashokan administration, and I'm just disappointed. That's all I'm gonna say, I guess.